Well, good morning. This morning we read from Amos chapters 8 and 9, and right away there's an illustration of what I often say, that to understand the English language you have to be familiar with the Bible. How many times do we say the time is ripe? And here it comes from that second verse of Amos chapter 8, the time is ripe for my people. I will spare them no longer. But the theme of the old book of Amos is that the people have broken the covenants, not by failing to observe religious rituals. They appear to have done that quite faithfully, but they have broken the covenant by not being just and fair, by exploiting the poor, by exploiting the needy. God was not particularly interested in the religious covenants, in the religious part of the covenants, in their observations. In fact, he said earlier, I despise your feasts. He wanted them to behave correctly to each other. And folks, here is our faith. Our faith is not just about what we do on a Sunday. It's not just about our personal piety, but it is about the way that we live and behave in society. If our faith is not changing the way that we think, if our faith is not changing us to be concerned with justice for the poor and needy, if our faith is not challenging us to care about others, then our faith is not pleasing to God. And so God said, now's the time. I've been patient with you. I've warned you. You continued to ignore my word and to ignore my challenge. Therefore, I'm going to stop speaking. There's a famine coming, not a thirst for water nor a famine of bread, but a famine of hearing the words of the Lord. Wow, some people might have been happy about that. The word of the Lord was telling them that they were behaving badly. And yet, what a dreadful thing it is for God to stop speaking into our hearts and lives. We would prefer his rebuke to his silence. And that's where the people of Israel were. But God didn't cut them off forever. Even though they had behaved so badly, he said he was going to, actually, this was not a destruction of them, but this was sieving them out. This was sieving out the rubbish, the husks, and getting rid of all of the junk that was in their lives. The purpose of this was to sieve them, that they could return to the land a righteous people. And God works in our lives not just vindictively to punish us, but to sieve us, to take out of our life all that which is unholy and unjust. And then he restored them. And God is faithful to us too. He is the restoring God. Amen. The Lord bless you.